Hello again. So here we are with exercise number 5 from activity and homework 10. In here we have the table that we did for cross rates. I think this was one of the first things that we learned in the semester, maybe from the first class, back when we didn't have the virus thing. So let's solve this. It's super easy, remember? And with Excel it should be even easier. So what we have in here is the cross rates between these currencies, the ones on the lines, over the ones on the columns. And here is the proof, because the number that we have in here is euro over dollar. So if we want to know what will be the exchange rate between euros and pesos, we can divide this number over this one. So in the division, we will be canceling the dollars, and we will have in the end the rate of euros over pesos. Let's do it here in Excel. So it will be 0.9551 over 21.98. This is the euro peso rate. Here, I think, let me check if I can write it in here just to make it clear. Euro peso, okay. So let's do the next one. The next one will be euro over Canadian dollar. So it will be 0.9551 over 1.4290. So this amount is the euro over Canadian dollar. Then with GBP, it will be this over this, 0.9551 over 0.851. And it will be euro over pound. And we can do that for the next slide. I think we can do it pretty simple. I will skip writing the rate because we already know it. So 0.8511 is pounds over the one of pesos, 21.98. So this will be pounds over peso if you want to write it. The next one will be 0.8511 over the Canadian dollar, 1.4290. The next one, this one over here, will be Canadian over peso, so 1.4290 over 21.98. And this will be Canadian over peso. We can do the same for the rest of the table. Just keep on dividing pounds over euro, for instance, in here. Then Canadian over pound and Canadian over euro. Or what we can do is that we can do the inverse, 1 over this number, because as you can see, the currency that we are calculating in here is pound over euro, which is exactly the same as this one, but upside down. So remember that trick, we can do the inverse, 1 over this. So we can do the same for this one in here. Canadian over pound, it will be the same. It will be the inverse of pound over Canadian. So 1 over this. And in here, Canadian over euro, it should be the inverse of the euro over Canadian, which is this one. With the peso, we have 1 over the Canadian over peso, which is this one. Then we have 1 over the pound over peso, which is this one. And finally, 1 over with the euro, which is this one over here. And finally, with the dollar, the only way to calculate the dollar over peso is by doing the inverse of the peso over dollar. So it will be 1 over this. I don't have it in here. Yes, right. And then 1 over 1.4290, and then 1 over 0.8511, and then 1 over 0.9551. And then we are done with this. As I said, I always like to write it. I just don't want to make the video too long for such an easy task. But you can just write the names in here just to verify that everything is clear. Super simple. The only way you can make a mistake is if you get distracted. I can even make a mistake by myself. So don't worry, it's okay. I think there is one more, exercise 6, and then we are done with this activity on homework 10.